Gamers, how y'all doing? It's your boy, Skyaab Toilet. Over the course of 2 years of me doing YouTube, I've accumulated a fine bit of comments asking me random questions. And guess what? We're going to answer them today. That's such a different video from my usual Roblox video. Most of the people that are asking these questions are probably not watching, but if you are, hey, good on you, you're still watching somehow. I've changed my content like 3-4 times, but first off, what's the most embarrassing thing in your life? Not beating around the bush. There's one thing in my life that's definitely the most embarrassing. I kind of don't want to talk about it. As I was 5 or 6 years old, and I still remember this clearly. You know, as kids, you have recess and you do all kinds of stupid stuff and you don't know what things means. I was playing house at the time. You know these things that you use to tell your temperature, like when you put it in your armpit or in your mouth, or there's another way, in your bumhole. Oh, I want to check my temperature, but I'm gonna use a toy for it during recess at school. But no, I'm not gonna put it underneath my arm. I'm not gonna put it in my mouth. I'm gonna put it where it doesn't belong. I put a temperature thing, a toy temperature thing that doesn't even work in my bumhole, a toy, while playing house at like 5-6 years old at school. Okay, I think that's definitely the most embarrassing thing of my life. It's definitely a health hazard. I hope I didn't make anyone sick. It's really disgusting, but I think that's my most embarrassing and disgusting story that I ever have to tell anyone. Number 2, why do you scream so much? Because I can. I'm making videos for entertainment, and I like doing it. Number 3, why do you yell so much? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I yell, okay? No one really gets bothered by it. It's fine. Skyaab, I remember you having spine issues. It feels you were so different in past videos. Is that because of spine issue? Yes, it is because of spine issue why I'm so different. For those who don't know, like about 3 years, I think it's 3 years I've had an injury, a herniated disc. It really freaking hurts. All right, I think it's definitely one of the most painful things I've ever experienced in my life. It wasn't pleasant. I was in a waiting list for surgery. It took 2 years for me to get the surgery, and after that I feel like I was already a totally different person, and I kind of miss that, you know. I'm trying to rediscover nowadays to get back in my youth, or like that joy of just enjoying pretty much anything, really. So yeah, I'm definitely different. I'm less happy than I used to be, but I try to make the best of it. So, do you also yell in real life? Loser, lol. I forget that these comments are from kids. No, of course I don't yell in real life. Are you ridiculous? That would be so annoying, wouldn't it? Not to mention social anxiety prevents me from doing that anyways. But even if I didn't have it, I wouldn't do it. Do you enjoy playing Roblox as a 25-year-old? I'm 14. Your second part of your question confuses me. I don't really understand why you need to point out your age, but anyways, I do when I don't. It goes back and forth. The toxicity levels on this game is something I've not seen ever before in a video game before. It's worse than old school Call of Duty. I'm not even saying this lightly. And because of that, it ruins the experience for me. Obviously, I'm 25, turning 26 in December. So I don't always enjoy playing this, you know, but hey, if kids were nicer, I would enjoy it. I would definitely enjoy it more. What do you hate most about Roblox? Yeah, like I said, the toxicity. It's insane. I play this game, right, Shown in Smash. The owner of it deleted his Discord server because he didn't have the proper mods and there was huge amount of toxicity. Sure, you can argue like,
oh, he could have just disabled the chat so people wouldn't be able to say anything.
People were actively harassing him and others. So, you know, his server, you can do whatever you want, and he deleted it. Fair game. And I saw threats on other YouTube channels completely like telling him to man up for harassment. That's victim blaming. That's insane. It goes back to what I said. That's why I don't enjoy playing Roblox that much, because the toxicity and the validation of toxicity is next level on this game. Imagine harassing someone to a point where they delete their Discord server and saying they should man up. That's insane. Toxic masculinity, guys. Woohoo! How do you have a girlfriend while making Roblox videos in your 20s? That's crazy, Unk. Because it's not my life. What? You think Roblox or making Roblox videos is my entirety of my life? No, of course not. I enjoy literature. I enjoy making poems. I enjoy, yeah, really weird. But there's so much more things that I enjoy in life besides making Roblox. At the end of the day, this is a business. What you see here. I'm making videos for entertainment purposes. That's not obviously going to be my life. You know what that is called? Parasocial relationships. Here's a good graph of it. You have 3 levels of it. You have entertainment, social, intense, personal, and borderline pathological. Basically, everyone's on the green level over here. I'm so much more than just making Roblox videos on the internet or YouTube. A lot of people have a view of how I or who I am as a person, but that's not who I am. At the end of the day, I'm a content creator, and people should try not to forget that my girlfriend isn't with me because I make Roblox videos. No. It's a very tiny portion of my life, really. I've been getting into retro games a lot lately. I've been wondering, what is your favorite retro game? Thanks for asking. Recently, I've been trying to play Rayman 2 again. What you know what's also weird? The PlayStation 3 is now considered retro. Oh my god. When I say retro, I think PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, right? Not freaking PlayStation 3 is considered retro. That's insane. Anyways, yeah, old games like definitely Metal Gear Solid or Rayman. It's one of the two. I remember having Rayman 2 on Nintendo DS. That was something before your guys' time. I have very fun memories with these games. Yeah, so it's Rayman 2, Metal Gear Solid. I wonder what this guy was doing before YouTube. Video editing. I used to be a video editor for different YouTubers. It's literally the reason why I was able to move out at 18, which is like now quite some time ago, and be able to afford my own place, my own house. And I'm very thankful for that. So in a way, I was always intertwined with YouTube. Yo, Skyaab toilet, do you regret your life? That's quite the question. What the fuck? How does that make sense? My parents made me. It's not like I have a choice in the matter. I think you're using the wrong words here. But anyways, I'll entertain you with this one. If I were to have a choice in the matter, which I don't, biologically impossible, I would at some point, and at some point I don't. You know, we all have our ups and downs in our life, and the downs can be harsh at times. I've made some stupid mistakes in the past. I've gone through an injury. It took a lot of life out of me, so it definitely played a role in my psychology and all of it. Regardless, despite all the hardships and the pain, I have something good going on for myself. I shouldn't try to forget what I have going on in my life. I should look towards the positives. I have a dog, I have a house, I have like technically like a little family, you know. I've improved relationship with my dad. There's so many more things now that are better than it was in the past. But at the same time, I'm still dealing and struggling with a lot of things. I don't think it's gonna be either one of the two. I don't think it's gonna be absolutes, because that's not how life works. It's just maybe one time you could regret it, maybe the other time you won't. But the problem is that story is left unwritten, so you kind of gotta just see it through and see if it's worth it. You see if it's something you could regret or not. But you wouldn't know if you're not around. Improving myself every single day, reading literature, books, becoming a better person every single day than I was the day before, keeps me going. So yeah, there's no absolute here. Yes and no. Skyaab, why are you uploading less? Upload more. Are you quitting YouTube? I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about it. Sometimes I feel like quitting YouTube. I don't know. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. The YouTube is not doing the greatest. It's also not doing the worst, but it's not to a level I was expecting it to be after, what, 2 years now? So yeah, there are times where I'm definitely thinking about it, just dropping everything and just focusing on something else with my life, you know? I'm studying actually software development on the side. So, hey, might quit that to just pursue that full time, eh? What's what you like doing most in your free time? The obvious answer that you guys would be expecting is gaming. But it's not just that. Lately, I've been really getting into, or over the last few years actually, literature and philosophy. It has helped me a lot on becoming a better person, more articulate, and more clear in mind, and being able to be more attuned with my emotions. It's been a life changer actually. Not even kidding. I'm currently reading The Gay Science for a while now, but it's a hard book to understand, but basically it's fun. It's good. You guys should try it when you're older. 15. I hated these things when I was a kid. Now I love it. Character development. Doggy, what's his name? Okay, all right. Guess I guys gotta show you. His name is Kaito. His name is Kaito. Hold on. Whoa. He's exceptionally heavy, but here he is. His name is Kaito. Kaito, that's your name. Oh my god. Why did I get such a huge doggy? Oh, thank you. Thank you. How does it feel that you're unk? Horrible. I'm 25. I'm turning 26. I already told you guys this. Ah! It was like I was 19 or 20 like a few years ago. But then again, I have like mentally a lot of my life kind of disappeared. Like I was 23 and then suddenly I'm now 25 turning 26 and that's because of my injury. So I feel like a lost time. It's really weird experience, and especially if you're on medicine. But yeah, it's not great. But I'm also glad. I'm glad that I'm old in a way. Otherwise I would be an annoying teenager still, you know, or just a prick who's very rude to others, not that considerate of other people's emotions, etc, etc. Anyways, I'm a better person now, I'm older, and lots of people don't get to make it till this age. Not the overwhelming majority, but still lots of people don't, and I should be grateful that I am being able to be 25, 26, while other people or kids don't get to. 0 views in 1 minute, are you falling off? I've never been on to begin with, man. What are you on about? Hey, Skyaab, what's your favorite childhood memory? This is gonna be a stupid one, but it's so simple because it was from simpler times. Me and my best friend was on a bike in the Netherlands going to our way to school. And we hit each other and we like, he actually bumped into me because he can't get his bike straight. It's really annoying. He just can't keep it straight. Bike bumps into me. I fall to the ground. We both fall to the ground. And then he starts blaming me when he got his steering wheel, whatever you like to call it, stuck onto my back. Really annoys me still to this day. And it's, but it's a funny experience and a memory because we just start like finger pointing towards another. It's like, you did it! It's your fault! No, your fault! It's good. It's simpler times because that's what all I was worrying about. I miss that, you know? But things have changed and people change, you know? So, but such a simple memory is one of my favorites. Why is your room so empty? You should decorate more. Thing is, I hate having stuff. But there's a reason for it. I'm thinking, what if I get this and I get that, but eventually I would have to move. But what if something were to happen to me and then I would have to ship this back, and then I would have like, well, what if I just suddenly become poor and I'll lose everything? Then I have all these things to think about and all these materialistic things that I don't know how to get back home because I live in a different country. And what if something were to happen to me and there's all these stuff that I don't know how to do and take care of, and then I have to get from a place, and then I would have to get extra boxes and it would cost more money, and it's just this whole logistics of it that pisses me off. That is the actual reason. Sure, money is also a thing, don't get me wrong. It was actually the former, not the latter. It stresses me out having stuff, so I tend to keep it simple. Favorite game besides Roblox? God of War and Final Fantasy 16. Those are definitely my top 2 at the moment. It changes every single year. I'm not even kidding. So I mean, might be 2 other different games later. How do you make money to do this full time? Because Social Blade says you don't earn enough. I know YouTubers hate talking about money, but I'm just wondering. Thanks for asking. I don't just earn money from YouTube. More than that. Why do you make such freaky thumbnails? Oh, so you're probably talking about these thumbnails. Yeah. The reason for that is I love to experiment. My mindset is that kids on Roblox are growing up to be teenagers, which is a valid point proven because of the increase of toxicity. So I was thinking, what if I make Beatty thumbnails? It didn't go too well. Some do, some don't. It's still an ongoing experiment. Sometimes I still do something weird in the thumbnails. I thought it would work. It does. Sometimes it doesn't. When's your birthday? 30th of December. Give me some life advice. Oh, old unk. Be the better person despite it being harder. I think life is just basically one big learning curve consistently every generation. The problem is with life is that not everyone decides to become a better person or improve on themselves or correct past wrongs. But basically what I'm trying to say is recognize that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and that it includes everyone on the scale, me included. Some people would like to hear that you're probably much like your dad or your mom, but there's also probably people that don't like to hear that, like, I'm nothing like them. Yes, you are. And it's important to recognize that, because that's the sooner you recognize that you're probably a lot like your parents, the better you can move on to generational trauma or issues that you have from your parents. You're too afraid to accept that you are probably a lot like them in one kind of regard. Improve on yourself, recognize your mistakes. And the best way to go about it is basically be a bad person to begin with. It's a really weird mental gymnastics, but hear me out. I believe, and it's also something that I've been reading in the gay science, all the bad also makes up all the good. But without all the bad stuff, the world would be a better place. No, because how would we know how to be good if there were no bad stuff? We know how to be good because there are bad stuff. Hey, don't you find it weird that people are watching your content as you're screaming into the mic, lol? Yes! Incredibly! It is incredibly weird. But funny enough, I still get views and I still get people watching my content for that reason. Because I've tried being calm once. It didn't work. Last but not least, have you ever experienced burnouts? And if so, how do you get over it? I think I've been experiencing a burnout for the past 2-3 years. I don't think I'm getting over it. I used to be so much more creative. I'm not gonna lie. I like my past works are in some ways much better than it is now. I do have the occasional golden nugget that I do find in my content that is really good and then flops anyways, but I'm seriously suffering from it. People have been saying, oh, you should give yourself time before you get back. I've been doing that and it still doesn't work. Probably has to do with the fact that for 5 years straight I've been working Monday to Monday without barely any breaks. Probably has to do with it, but it's hard because there's a mixture of like depression, burnout, and being lazy. And my internal struggle within myself is trying to figure out which one of the three is actually the feeling that I'm feeling right now. Anyways, that was your questions. Thank you so much for watching. I have really enjoyed that. That's so different from the usual content I make. Wow, that's enjoyable. I like doing that. I have gone a little bit over the tangent or whatever it's called, off the rails. Started yapping more than I should have on some topics, but hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Now you guys have even more of a parasocial understanding of me. Great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye, game.